Greetings everyone, my name is Etterville, and welcome back to my Let's Play of Skyforge. Where I last left off, I defeated the Reaper leader Naori and completed the Army of Dead questline, and ended with 92% completion of Naori Island. So now, in this part, it's time to finally complete Naori Island by pushing off the remaining sea army and their allies. As usual, minimal commentary excluding certain bosses and certain points of interest.
It's an ambush! Damn creatures! I knew something was off. crush these vermin. The sea creatures have no business being on this island. When you're done with the rest of the tasks, I'll contact you with further instructions. Krynos. Be careful, although it's not for me to caution an immortal. You have the coordinates.
By defeating the Kelps and their trained Capras, I've completed the challenge for an immortal hero questline. As the final description says, monsters from the ocean depths were terrorizing the local residents, tourists, and pilgrims. But thanks to you, the threat has been eliminated. Well, me and my allies and the Templars. So now we have one final quest on Naori Island. Even though this is 100%, it's time to finish off the leader of the Sea Army in the cleanup quest. Captain and artists of the Templars have asked me to eliminate the leader of the sea creatures in order to weaken the enemy, and probably finally push them back at a later date. Although, even though I may defeat it, they'll still be here when I return. But it will weaken them, story-wise. I gotta admit, for the 7 parts I've been here at Nar Island, it's quite a beautiful forestal place. Not as much slowdown as the land before, but there is still quite a bit. I really need a stronger computer in order to play Skyforge at 60 FPS consistently without having to turn down the graphics to make it more muddy. Many of these environments are quite beautiful and varied, though I would wish there was a little bit less greenery, but that'll be fixed in the next open world region. Alright, here's the Sea Slayer Krynos, the leader of the invading sea army of Naori Island. It basically looks like a cross between the sea horde that we fought back at Thais Temple and a Kraken that I've been fighting here. I've noticed that the Krynos has 3 main attacks, or abilities. It can summon kelps, buff those kelps as shown by the red glow, as well as do a wave dash of sorts. You'll see that soon enough. But in comparison to the boss fight against Naori in the previous part, okay, here's the wave dash. You dodge it away, and it'll slowly push forward, constantly doing damage, and potentially knocking you down. Of course, I never really saw it because it's so, well, there's such a large tail in it, and its movement is slow that it's very hard to get hit by it if you're fast enough. After all, the Paladin is quick enough to dodge. But essentially, other than that, I would say it's even easier than the Reaper of Death boss. Back at the Reaper of Death boss fight, you had a real risk of getting one-shotted. As you saw in the last part when I was fighting Naori, he had an ability to basically do like a death bomb, which took out more than half of my health, even though I'm kind of overpowered for this region. Plus I'm a tank. Just imagine for an attack-focused class. But here, well, Krynos is more like a tank unit than an attack unit, so it's really a matter of just continuously pounding it to the ground, collecting all those life orbs, and eliminating the smaller enemies. And of course, use the smaller enemies as power fodder, so you can regenerate your righteous anger or super ability. And of course, this goes much faster with allies, like that knight that joined me nearby. The knight is the other tank class. In some regards, it is better than the paladin during the time of this recording. But we'll get into that much later in the future. Okay, I got hit by it here, but because I had the Aegis of Light ability, I didn't get knocked down, I just got pushed. But otherwise, keep wailing on the Krynos, and it should go down pretty simply. I don't really have much of a strategy other than dodge the wave dashes and take out the summoned kelps, as they can whittle you down if you're not careful. But alas, Krynos has fallen. The leader of this invading sea army is finally defeated. Tragedy strikes Naori Island on several fronts: the sea creatures, frenzied animals, and the reapers of death. Fortunately, the immortals have come to the rescue, not to mention the locals and the Templars. As I said before, Naori Island was quite a fun region to explore, though it was much longer compared to the 4 parts in Land Forest. I mean, it took 7 here, or 6.5 depending on how you look at it. So, and the next region that I've seen will probably take 6 parts as well. So the regions are getting longer, and they are getting more challenging, as evidenced by the Verds, or Reapers of Dead, as well as the bosses getting tougher. So make sure to get groups and be on your toes. The game is getting challenging finally here. So I started from the shores right south of me, and basically went through the island in a counterclockwise fashion. It's interesting though that the final boss is just due northwest of your starting point. Kind of interesting, although I wouldn't recommend doing that so you won't get horribly murdered. So, in the next part, I'll return back to the research center and discuss some matters with Thais and Flavius. Thanks for watching, and have a nice day. Toodles!